coffee's ready for a flame. Southern Fried has news for you. Updates on life's going on, and maybe a joke or two. Get up, pray up, and coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. We got laughs, we got prayer, celebrate our nation every day. Love our vets, love our land. It's the home of the free and the land of the brave. Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while. So come on in and have a blast, for a good time that will last. Start your day with a smile, with the hosts that do the most. And get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up, we start you right, we rock your mornings all the time. Grab your coffee and your smile, join on in for a while.
Good morning, Southern Fried Podcast fans, and all you people out here in Cornbread Nation. Good morning. I'm Rob, that's Dave, and we're here to start your week off with a blast. Get on in here, Dave. All right.
Sorry, Michael. We had a moment blip there, but we're okay.
Yeah, I have one on my end too. What was that?
Technology. It's a wonderful thing until it's not wonderful.
Yeah.
Good morning, Michael. Good morning, Jake.
Yes, good morning, both of you. Oh.
Happy Monday. Hope you have a great Monday. Hope you had a great weekend. It's going to be hot. It's going to be extremely hot about everywhere in the South these 2 or 3, 4 days. High 90s.
Yes. Yeah. Too hot.
Had some pretty good little storms show up. They were hard hitters, but very short-lived. So
we had some big storms all around us yesterday, right here where I'm at. I mean, had them in Bainbridge, had them over in Colquitt. But here I was pretty much dry.
Depends on where you're at.
So,
but have a great kickoff to your week. There's always air conditioning.
yeah.
You can stay in. The humidity is pretty high. Be careful out there when you're doing your outdoor things. Fluid up, as they say. Keep the sun off your head best you can. And try to get your work done early. I was talking to a guy at auto parts the other day, and that's what he was talking about was get your work early and get done. because the afternoon will beat you up.
Well, I'm so far behind on my grass cutting, I'm going to have to get out there and cut. You know, I was out there cutting until I was dark last night. I was having to use the lights on the mower to get done with the area I was trying to get done with. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And then you got to be careful while you're doing it.
Yeah, be careful there, Michael. Hopefully get you, if you can afford it, find you one of those that have high volume fan. Just open the windows and let it just roll through the house or something, you know. At night you can do that. I feel for people. There were several people over the weekend that were. One guy told me a guy had been in his car for 3 days out there in the parking lot.
Oh, wow.
He was trying to talk to him and help him out. The guy didn't speak any English, and that's rough. You imagine sitting in your car for 3 days in this kind of heat. I try to sleep at night. I don't know his story. Don't know what happened to him. We love you too, Jake.
Yeah.
You're our favorite person from the great state of Mississippi. Yes, Michael, I understand. Yeah, even a small one, block off everything else, do the bedroom, and you know, we just got to get through these 2 months, and then we're kind of back to some weather that you can manage with. July and end of June and all the way through July and August is pretty brutal. Sometimes still a lot of September. Weather's crazy. Thank you, Jake. We appreciate that. Thanks for doing that. Awful nice of you to do it. We appreciate the support. I think we're over 54,000 total followers now, counting all streams. We're on a new stream called Wimkin, Wimkin. They guarantee protection of free speech. We only have 2 or 3 videos loaded there, but it's a new site for us. So a lot of people I talk to, they've been kicked off everything else. So except Rumble, X, sometimes there, and 1 or 2 others. And it's a lot of people. They are forever banned from these other platforms. I hope it don't happen to us, but you never know. They might not like our Southern brand of conversation, humor. That Cornbread Nation show might get us kicked out.
We'll hope not.
I do too, but we don't control that. Call somebody jackleg one too many times. They make the call. You're gonna have to get them guys off your show, your platform. I'm sick of being called a jackleg.
Well, then they shouldn't be a jackleg, right? You know, if they don't want to be called jacklegs, Dave, they shouldn't act like them.
Truth. But those that are usually don't care that they are. They just don't want you talking about it.
Well, that's not necessarily our issue now, is it, Dave? That's their issue. It's not like we're calling them a butthead or a dweeb or anything like that. We're calling them a jackleg.
Yes, thank you for your comments there on Instagram. We'll pop that over and get that on the screen. Thank you so much. And they've got to do their lawn today too.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
No, I still got about 4 acres to go, dude. And that's, yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah. And I can go as far as my old back will let me go, then I had to stop. But I'm going to try to keep going until I can get a bunch done today. I don't figure I'm going to get it all done today, but if I do, I do. If I don't, I don't.
My son did my lawn. I appreciate it because he did mine before he did his. The way the rain and the way we work, it's hard to get it done. When
Yeah.
you're available, it rains, and when you're at work or whatever, it's sunshine. It's really hard to get done. I imagine a lot of grass cutting companies are behind because the rain just would mess them up.
Yeah. One thing about what I'm getting done right now, it did sprinkle here a little bit yesterday, but it was so hot and dry. I mean, it wasn't no time when it was dried up, and so I just went on out there and started. I got my front and backyard. I'm working on out past the garden yesterday, and I got to finish that field, but I'm going to jump up toward my uncle's this morning, and I'm going to start cutting up there. Get around his house and his pasture and his field, and I'll come down and work on mine tomorrow. That is the goal. So, wow, Michael, I didn't know that. They're calling for the high 80s, at least until October 1st. Wow. I don't know what they're calling for down here. I know it's going to be at least high 80s down here. I just hope we don't hit the triple digits this year, because that is no fun. We still got a ways to go. We got to make it all the way through August. Yep, it is called summertime, Dave.
Seasons, they be upon you.
Yes. Yes, Jake, I think we did. Oh, you're talking to Dave. I'm sorry.
Yes, I try to keep up. My feeble brain, not too able to navigate too much, but I try. Farmer's Almanac calling for 99 in New York today. That would be horrible anywhere, but especially in a city. If it's New York City, that would be horrible. The concrete jungle. 99. Wow. I would not want to be in that.
No.
So I don't know. It's rough. Those jobs. Think about people that work outside. People work in the mills, the hot mills, working around steel. It ain't for the weak, that's for sure.
No.
But it's rough on everybody. You really do got to have a partner. Look out for each other. It's really easy to get too hot, and you think you're not, and you are. You'll lie to yourself that you're okay. Men especially. I'm all right. No, you're not. There's an old saying: if you're not peeing, you're not hydrating enough. Got to stay hydrated. And heat, heat issues can turn into deadly issues very quickly.
Absolutely.
And absolutely check on the elderly. If you have elderly neighbors, family, just make sure that you check on them, make sure that they're okay. But a lot of times they won't say nothing to nobody. They'll just tough it out. Maybe their fans went out or something. There are some places that try to give fans away and or sell them at a very cheap price. Be on the lookout for that stuff, and think about somebody that maybe doesn't have the money or the way to go get a fan. That's another problem. I know people have the money, they don't have the way to go get stuff. Cars broke down or they don't have a car. I feel so sorry for some people, and it's nothing that they did themselves. It's just life. Some people are really hard cases. They look down their nose at people like, well, they should have planned better. Well, man, you can plan all you want, but sometimes things just happen. Things just happen. Health emergencies happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it drains your resources. Maybe they can't work. There's a lot. I just hate when people are kind of who are okay. They kind of look down their nose at everybody who is not okay, that it's somehow their fault. Yeah, there's some people put themselves in a bad way like that, but a lot of people just can't help it. It's sad. So, but we can check on people. We
Yeah.
can do that. And they'll appreciate it, even if they act like they don't need help. I remember my sister, neither one of us likes to ask for help on stuff, and especially us two. But I remember we laugh about it in our family. My family was headed up, and they were in their car. They had broke down. They're on the side of the road. My son was with them. I called them to check on them. They were still about an hour away, 45 minutes to an hour. And I called them, and my sister's going, "Oh, we're okay. We had a little problem with the car, but it ain't like we're broke down on the side of the road or anything." And I could hear my son in the background. I heard him say something. I couldn't really understand what it was. And I just knew my sister, and I said, "I'm on my way. Where y'all at?" And what it was is my boy was going, "What do you mean we're not broke down on the side of the road? That's exactly what we are. We're broke down on the side of the interstate. Why would you tell him that?" She goes, "Oh, I don't want to mess up his vacation." He goes, "But we're stuck on the side of the road." So he still laughs about that. She said, "I just didn't want to bother you." I said, "Listen, that's what brothers are for. You're not bothering me." I told my wife, I said, "Well, they didn't say they were broke down." I said, "Yeah, but I know how she is." Yeah, be careful, Michael. Ooh, not good. Back in the mid '90s, I got too hot at the plant one day. It was August. Machine was not running good, and we had been up and down all day long. It was like 4:30, 5. My partner says, "Hey, you ready to go, Dave?" I said, "Yeah." I didn't move. He goes, "Well, let's go." I said, "Okay." I didn't move. He said, "Man, are you all right?" I said, "Yeah, give me just a minute. I'm a little just cooling off here." I was sitting in front of a cooler. He said, "Man, come on to the office, man." He just kind of made me go. Got in there, and I didn't. My mind was telling my body I was okay. My body was going, no. I'd gotten too hot, too dehydrated. And I was sitting there about 40 minutes in the cool and just cooled down, got fluted up. I was done. I really wasn't good the rest of the day. I came really close to a major heat issue. That's how quick it can happen.
Yeah, it can sure enough do it.
Planting trees on John's mountain. Did John own the mountain? I don't know the history of John's mountain. Is a guy named John?
I have
Johann?
no idea. Johann?
Johann, maybe just shorten it down to John. Who knows? Johann, is that your mountain? Or Johnny? Maybe Johnny came marching home and he said, "That's my mountain."
Maybe it was Johnny Appleseed planting apple trees.
Could be. Oh, Johnny. I didn't know that, but I remember that he did pass. Sad. Fine fella. Good morning, Daniel. I understand. The oven bake. You be careful, man. Wow. It's not easy in these places. It's really not. Do you work on an assembly line? That's a tough job. It's like, "Hey, boss, I got to go to the bathroom." We ain't like you just walk off, I never worked there, but I've had a lot of family who have. It's a big operation. John Fields, a local Cherokee Indian. Okay. Always like to learn something. A fab welder operator. Well, at least you're not on the line. But you got to weld. Ooh. Nice hot day. Little weld gets kind of shot down your shoe. Woo! I've seen that happen. You see some guys getting undressed really quick.
Yep.
I mean, they wear those type of shoes and stuff, but still, it's amazing how quickly one of those things can happen. How long you been at that place, Daniel? About those that don't know, this is my brother. Headed off to work, I'm sure, or getting ready to go. Hey, Randy Jackson's birthday is today of the American Idol. Randy Jackson. Happy birthday to you, sir. There's a couple other folks out there, a couple of actresses. Melissa Roche, birthday today. Ted Shackelford from Yes, Knots Landing. 79 years old. Wow. Wow. That does make me feel old.
Hey, Chuck. Reno. Chuck, come in here and talk to me. He's still walking around. It's nice to have somebody that'll talk to you. You do it, Bubba. Yeah, I know you're here, Dave.
I hear him.
He being loud. He is being loud.
Okay, 2 years. Go in tonight on night shift. Okay. Well, you're up early. Or I guess you had the weekend. Of course, with kiddos, it's kind of hard to sleep late. Had a boss once, if he tried to sleep past 6 o'clock, his cat would get up on his chest and smack him in the nose until he got up.
I think Chuck knows better. I hope he does.
Can you imagine? You're sleeping good, and a cat sitting on your chest just smacking your nose. Oh, my gosh.
Don't you get no ideas. He'd do it, too. Yeah, you would. That's why I don't let him in the bedroom. And if he gets traumatized from that, I'm probably just saving his life. Much as I have invested in this cat, if he pops me in the nose and I kill him in the middle of the night, I'm going to have to eat him to get my money back. Then I'll probably have to move to Ohio. What, Bubba? I'm not going to eat you for real.
Oh, yeah, man, that's true. I mean, that's right in the heart of it.
Yeah.
It's like walking into hell. I mean, it's building all afternoon, and there you walking right in. And it's really only starting to cool down some by the time you get off.
Yeah,
That's
usually.
rough.
Especially over in extrusion. That was the worst place in the world for that junk.
Wow. We've had a small handful that we've had to call the ambulance for over the years. Chuck would be tough to eat.
No, dude. He's young and fat and tender. He should be just right. What?
That's just ripped my breakfast even thinking about that.
Well, you definitely aren't from Ohio then.
No, I'm not from Ohio. Well, ain't everybody from Ohio. I mean, James at the Empty Pockets podcast, he just exposed it. He wouldn't do it.
Yeah. Well,
But he said they have no strays in his town.
no strays. Well, that would be why.
Yeah, Michael, I remember you working third shift. Even then, though, it's still hot. It's just not bad as days.
Hmm.
Well, there's cats there, Michael. It's just they're inside. The stray outdoor cats have disappeared. That's all he'll say. You know.
They just disappeared. I got no idea where they went to.
Well, he has ideas, but I'm not going to repeat it. There's a certain group of people that he says came into town, and apparently they like him.
Well,
I wonder how he's doing. I haven't heard from. He's recuperating at home. I need to email him again. But I don't want to bother him. You know, person's recuperating. I'm trying to leave him alone, but maybe another couple of days.
Well, speaking of barbecue, well, this wouldn't be a good barbecue comment, but while I was out there going yesterday, mowing around, I saw a section of grass where I blown grass over. It was like bumping up and down like that. It's like, what in the world is doing that? And I got to thinking of all the things that it could be. And none of them really coming to my mind that was really good. So I grabbed my stick and I brushed some stuff off. And I'm going to share a screen and show you what I found. I did take pictures, but it was it was, let me find my right one here, if I can. Well, why is this not coming up? Share screen. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. It's not that. Maybe it's. Oh, let's see if I can just do it this way. I don't know if y'all can tell what that is or not. I couldn't tell at first. You tell what that is?
It's something. I don't know what it is, but it's something.
Well, see if we can get you a better picture of it.
It's an animal of some kind.
I was out there by myself trying to do a round. Can you tell from that one?
A little bit better, yeah.
And then him started hopping around a little bit. Here's a group of baby bunny rabbits. Not a mole, it's a bunny rabbit. See his ears. See his little ears. His little bunnies. But apparently they were kicking around in their little burrow that Mama had dug for them. And yeah, I put them back. I didn't mess with them. That one there jumped out of his burrow. I picked him up, put him back. I took a picture of him while I had him out. I couldn't figure out what was making it bump up and down like that. Apparently it was his feet. So.
You're going to have a bunch of rabbits running around.
Dude, I better not. And bobcat's supposed to take care of them. Circle of life, dude. And bobcat kittens got to eat too. Just say it.
Well, you you got to eat too. You could have some rabbits too.
I could, but there wasn't much meat on them guys. It was just little bitties.
Well, I mean, after they grow up.
Yeah.
I've never had rabbit, nor do I desire to have rabbit. So I'll just let the bobcat have.
If you got hungry,
I'd have to be really hungry. I believe I'd eat tree bark before I'd eat rabbit.
Oh,
I don't like eating stuff like that.
Why? Because you don't like eating cute stuff.
Honestly, I have thought about this. If I like steak and I like ham and pork chop, if it wasn't for those three main things, I believe I would not eat meat, to be honest.
Oh, wow.
And chicken. 4 things: chicken, ham, pork chop, steak. You can have it after that. I thought about that one day. I thought, I'm really, I will never be not that person because I'll always eat steak or stuff, but I just don't eat a lot of other meats. So I think probably as you get older, maybe you become a little more like that. Unless it's really good.
Yeah, Daniel, we've got a store actually that we've been updating and working on. Where's our link at?
It's threadless, but if you'll email our email, and we'll send you a newsletter as well. Just email us there, and I'll pop the link into you. We're trying to tie all of our stuff together at Shopify, our new Shopify store, but it's work in progress. But we've got some really nice designs. Cornbread Nation, Southern Fried. We're adding more. But thanks for asking. Just send us an email, and I'll make sure you get the link today. That's probably the easiest way. I can probably find it too and pop it in something. Threadless. I'm hoping we can stay with Threadless, not have to move it over. So much crazy. Let's see here. All right. Here's your let's see, Facebook post, because you're on Facebook. So let's see if I can well, let's see. This should get you there, brother.
All right.
There you go. And we're adding stuff all the time, so.
Well, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that link should take you there.
We are under a month out from the BOAG Festival over in Camilla, Georgia. I want to keep putting this out there for people. Save the dates. They got a bunch of events leading up to and after. We're going to be there live on Saturday, July 19th for the barbecue chicken cook-off and the Swiga Ag Fest Festival. That'll be from 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. Saturday, July the 19th. But leading up to that, we got a whole bunch of stuff. On the 12th, the week before, they're going to have a parade and the Swiga Ag Fest Art Show and Dinner. The parade will kick off at 9:30 a.m. and the dinner will kick off at 7:30 p.m. Sunday, July the 13th, they're going to have the Swiga Ag Fest Bake Off. So a bunch of these Southern ladies down here from all over the Southwest Georgia area going to be having a cook-off. That ought to be fun. It's going to be cakes, cookies, candies, all kind of stuff. Don't worry. And I'm going to tell you something. These ladies down here in this area know how to cook, Bubba. and that's going to be fun. I'm going to have to go there and get me some tokens and do some trying. On Thursday, July the 17th, they're having the Mitchell Baker Farmer Appreciation Dinner. Not the Armor Appreciation Dinner, the Farmer Appreciation Dinner. Because, we wear armor down here. And sorry, I had a little verbal football. But we do love our farmers, and I'm glad to see somebody get out and do an appreciation dinner for them. It's here for the Ag Fest, and Thursday, July 17th. The next Saturday is the 19th, when we'll be there for the chicken cook-off and the Ag Fest Festival. Then the next week on the 26th, they're going to have beauty pageants. At 2 p.m., they're going to start off with the baby and junior miss pageant. And then at 6 p.m., they're going to have the teen miss pageants. And that's up the next Saturday on the 26th. So y'all get on out here and check it out. I think y'all will enjoy it. Anybody down here in this area or from up north there, if y'all want to come down, you're always welcome. Y'all come on. We like seeing people. So come see Rob and Dave at the Sawega Ag Fest. Yes.
Well, let's refill our coffee cup.
I'm ready for that.
We'll take a quick break. Folks, we'll be right back. We'll refill your coffee cup while you're at it.
Yes.
We'll see you in a minute. Okay, that's a wrap, guys. We'll see you next time. Hey, Dave in the AM here for the Southern Fried Podcast. We do a lot of programming here at the Southern Fried Podcast and the Cornbread Nation. We have a few affiliates that we use that have been a blessing to us to take us on and partner with us and bring you more programming. Our latest one is Patriot Mobile. You've heard us talk about them a lot, and they are just spectacular. And we're honored to be a part of such a great American faith-based company, which is committed to those faith and traditional USA values that all of us great Americans love. And we want to encourage you to do business with them. There's a lot of talk about new phone companies coming out. If you're not happy with who you are with, you know what, you can stay on your same platforms. You can stay on those major cellular networks, cell towers, but you're going to be supporting an American company that's been around for 13 years, Texas-based, and they are standing for those same faith-based, family-based, USA values that you cherish and that we don't want to see lost. We talk about that a lot on the programs here, which we do each day and every week. All of this is helping us. Now we're members of, we are consumers of Patriot Mobile. In fact, on my desk here is the phone that we use for the business. Robert also is a member of Patriot Mobile. We encourage you to make the switch today. We're in their loyalty program. That means that as long as you are with Patriot Mobile and we're with Patriot Mobile, there's a loyalty there where everybody benefits. You get savings, you get to support a great American company. The prices are very reasonable, and they'll find one that fits you. It's great for the company because they're being supported by traditional Americans who love this country, who love Jesus Christ, who love family, and they care about their country. They care about family. They care about kids. And then we benefit as well because we get a portion off of each of those every month as part of that loyalty program that will keep all this great programming coming and allow us to expand those. So today we just want to say, support this company. You know what, if you don't even use the promo code Cornbread, that's fine. Support the company. Also, we have some others we'll be doing some promos for. Thank you for your support of the Southern Fried Podcast. We're a little over 1 year old. We are so excited about what's in store for the future. We're trying every day to get better at what we do, to increase and bring you more value. We're fixing to bring you some more things through our store, which is going up. And we already have part of the store, but we're going to have coffees and different things here at the Southern Fried. Thank you for support. We appreciate you. We salute you today. And just remember, we recognize you out there. We see you as numbers on those screens. We see you as names in the chat that pop in. And without you, there's no reason for us to do any of this. And so we thank you. You deserve the credit today, and we salute you. Take care. See you next time. Dave in the AM. All right, welcome back. Welcome back to the program this morning. Again, hope you have a great Monday, and just kick it, grab hold of it, wrestle it down. Don't don't let it grab you. And be careful for pop-up storms. Those things can happen. They can be pretty violent this time of year. Shout out to Bramwell, West Virginia. We like to shout out to small cities. And this city has a population of less than 300. But at one point, it had the most millionaires that lived within its area. Of course, they would buy property in the area. It's a very scenic area. But shout out to you in Bramwell, quaint little town. Still has some cobblestone streets, I hear. So that's cool. We'd like to give shout out. Salute to Bramwell. 300 people strong. I've never been there. I've been up probably close to it. I was way up into northern West Virginia at one point. In fact, I outran a snowstorm, literally, coming through West Virginia. We had stayed ahead of it all evening. We left it, in the middle of the night. We left at midnight out of Wheeling, knowing it was coming in. We decided not to stay till 8 a.m. in the place that was offered to us, me and my wife, Lynn. And we got up and we laid down for like 2 or 3 hours. And about 11:30, we got loaded up in the car and we headed out. And we just stayed ahead of that storm until we got to, what is it called? Blue Springs, West Virginia. I think that's what it's called. Bluefield. Maybe it's Bluefield. But anyway, it was coming down. That's the biggest snow I ever saw. I said, wow, we could get going down this mountain and get in a bad way. I said, that hotel right there looks very inviting. I'm tempted to go in, just get us a room. But I said, if we do that, what are we going to come out to in the morning? So I said, you know what? Let's go down the mountain. I said, if we can get down below the freeze line, it'd just be heavy rain. So two great things happened. We got behind an 18-wheeler that was you couldn't see the road. We got behind that 18-wheeler and just stayed in his tracks. And then in a little bit, it was a scraper truck, an ice truck come along, and I just jumped in behind him and we rode it down. But that's the biggest snow I ever saw. But I was probably close to Bramwell before we took off. But this old Southern boy never seen snow that thick. I stayed on the move. I got behind that salt truck and a little bit of it hit the car, and I said, I don't care. I'm hanging with him like a tight NASCAR run. I said, his grill. We cannot lose this guy. This guy is our guy. We got below the freeze line that I went around him.
Sometimes you just have to.
Well, they ski slopes up there in that area. I mean, it's I'm telling you, man, biggest flakes I ever seen. We had to happen once we were leaving. We were way up in Virginia, and we was at this church, and they said, well, there's a heavy snow coming in. So we said, well, we got to be in Bristol, Virginia tonight. And so we just stayed going. We got to Lynchville or whatever it's called. We hit it there. It finally caught up with us, and we rode it all the way into Bristol. And Bristol was mainly ice. I said, I bet they're not having church, but they did. Tough people up there. They don't care. Right here, they'd have called it right here. They're used to it there. Oh, we're having church. But then we thinking, can we get home? You know, it's not just snow, it was ice. But there was a little funnel that was not frozen between Bristol and Chattanooga. I said, we got a window. They probably closed in behind us, but we just got going and stayed after it. Came all the way home. But when you're up north like that in the wintertime, you just got to be careful.
Yeah, you do.
I wouldn't want to be a truck driver doing that stuff.
No. Snow and ice is bad enough. I can't imagine driving an 18-wheeler over it. I guess for them, though, they're like a snowplow for everybody.
Probably.
So.
Okay, Jake, I'll check it in a minute. Yeah, a friend of mine, I grew up with him. He became a truck driver. I think his first wreck, I think he had a couple. The first one I think was he hit a snow, what do you call it, snow bank or something. Kind of lost control, drove in. It's bad.
Mm.
That was like he hadn't been driving long. I think he was begging them to keep him south after that.
Yeah, I would. I would.
Uh,
Uh,
those ice road truckers in Alaska, you can have it.
them guys out there driving on the ice. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
getting out, locking the chains on, and ugh.
Mm.
Or down, or going across places that's normally a lake, but it's frozen. I wouldn't want to be driving no 18-wheeler loaded down across that. I'd be my luck. I'd hit the soft spot, hot spring or something.
Then you'd be going for a swim. And I bet it wouldn't be very warm even if it was the hot spot. There ain't no hot spots out there on ice.
No. God bless people do it. They're tough. Have you seen that where they're going up? Hey, Celtic Blacksmith.
Good morning. How you doing this morning? Snow and ice. He says that this is from up in Ohio. Snow and ice. That's fun time. Yank the e-brake for spicy turns, and remember, when in doubt, throttle out. Huh. That sounds like that might be a common saying up there. I remember way back in the day, I paid $300 for a Ford Escort wagon, and I had more fun with that car. Because I just, I didn't really care. I drove the wheels off of it, but I know it snowed up there one time in the Chattanooga area, and I was out in that car, and it wouldn't hardly turn, but I could hit the e-brake, and it would kind of just turn, swing that back end around, drop it down, just keep going straight forward. That was pretty cool. So yeah, it does make for spicy turns. I did find that out.
Our friend Roger tells a funny story. I'm not even going to try to repeat it. Of trying to get to work from over in Trent. They come from up on Sand Mountain, coming up the lookout side and going around them hairpin turns sideways, throttled out, just trying to keep moving, and how some had already went off the side of the road. He said he said something about there's a special kind of fear that takes hold when you're fully out and you just don't know what's going to happen. Like you don't dare stop. You just keep going.
No.
That's why a lot of people drive around.
And it makes your driver's seat, if you're the driver, or the whichever seat that you're sitting in, they don't sit right anymore after that, because it makes your butt cheeks clamp real tight together, and it makes this ridge right down the middle of the seat. So every time you sit on it after a while, you're just like, hey, gummit, this seat just don't sit right. It's going up my butt crack. But when you draw up tight, it's gonna happen. You're gonna eat that seat.
It's crazy. I just wouldn't want to do that. There are stories of people who go over the sides of mountains and nobody finds them for years. I mean, they're just in a gully somewhere underneath a bunch of crap. They theorize they went over the side, lost control. They probably lived for a while. Well, nobody heard them.
Oh, that's not very nice.
It happens though.
Oh yeah, it does. But hopefully we find them. Hopefully we find them before they're gone. And they will live for a while. Come on now.
What I was going to say right before that was there's a group that's trying to reclaim all the dead bodies on Mount Everest.
Oh, wow.
And the garbage. There's a lot of garbage up there that people's left, but they're actually pulling down frozen solid bodies that's been up there for decades. so their families can bury them. I mean, eerie.
I really don't have any desire to go up Everest. You know, I guess it's fine to see the pictures of the people that have gone up there, but I don't
I
have
have
any,
no desire.
no.
No freaking desire. Remember the surgeon who lost his eyesight while he was up there? He had eye surgery. And when he got so high up, he was blind. And he was stumbling around blind. He ended up losing, I think, fingers on both hands. He lived, but it was a miracle. I mean, he could have walked off the side. People left him to go on his summit. They just walked right by him. Well, finally, somebody went out. They got him in one of the tents. And there was this. I can't remember. He was a part of the military. And they told him not to do it. They called in for a helicopter. They couldn't get him down to another base camp. You know, there's about 5 main base camps, you know, as you go up. And he took a helicopter up there. They said it was the craziest thing they ever seen. It took a while because he couldn't get lift. But he done it. I got that guy down. He wrote a book about that. Krakow was his name or something like that. Oh, my gosh. What a story. I wouldn't want nothing to do with that.
No.
You can have that. Oh.
All right. So y'all do not have to worry about Dave and Rob doing the We're Climbing Mount Everest edition here on the Southern Fried Podcast.
No broadcast from base camp number 5 or 1 or whatever it is. Freezing, tents flying 100-mile-an-hour wind.
Celtic says, not even close to worth it. The cost to get up there, the injuries, etc. It's just, and you know, when you do all that work and you get up there, Celtic, I'm going to throw this out there too. There's not even girls in bikinis when you get there. It's just more cold and icy if you do make it to the top. Can you imagine the wind that's blowing up there?
It could be over 100 miles an hour. There's been people's been sponsored. A lot of them are sponsored to go up. It's probably higher now. It can be $30,000 to get outfitted and the cost to get there and get up that mountain. Easy, $30,000. And that's probably a low number now. I'd say it's upwards of $50,000.
Probably don't include your travel costs. That's probably just the equipment and stuff that you need.
It's very expensive. You got to pay your Sherpas, you know, that carry your, and God bless them guys. I mean, how many climbs of Everest do you have in you as a Sherpa? Well, honey, I'm going to be going back up. I'll see you in a few weeks. Okay, honey, please come back.
These crazy guys are wanting to go up there again.
Yeah, dumb Americans.
Those Sherpas are probably like, yay, we're going to make tons of money, and they do. And they're probably the only ones that make it back. We've gone as far as we can. We will hold the rest of your stuff here. See you when you get back. We'll be here at base camp number 2.
Yeah, they only carry up so far. The Sherpa doesn't go to the summit. They do the heavy lifting till you get to the last base camp, I think. Still dangerous, very dangerous. But on the summit, you're on your own.
Yeah.
We'll see you, American. We'll see you when you get back.
Have fun storming the castle, boys.
I stay here, drink hot coffee.
Yes. I will break out the Zamboni and clear the path on the way down.
I'm sure our accents are nowhere close to how it sounds, but it's dang funny to think about it.
Goodbye.
We watch Andy Griffith reruns.
Yeah. We're going to watch that Sylvester Stallone movie, Cliffhanger. We'll be thinking about you.
We wish you luck. Check's already deposited. So, you know, if you don't make it back, it's been nice knowing you.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, make it back. Check cleared. You don't make it all the way to the top. It's okay. It's always next year. As long as the check clear, I keep bringing you back.
I will tell your family your last words.
Yes, I will make good last words for you. He'll read just like fortune cookie. What was his last words? You are going to have a great day today. Stay positive.
I think the climber's last words was, oh, blank. You know what happens? They get up there to the summit, and they get backed up because so many people are doing it now. And there's a small window. So if you're like stuck in that, it ain't like there's no base camp there. And you can easily die right there. You know, weather shifts constantly. And be like, hurry up.
You know, there was a comedian, John Pichetti. Did you ever hear him? He's gone now, but unfortunately, because he was funny. Oh my goodness. He was talking about, you go to the line and like at McDonald's, people be standing there staring at the menu. He's like, get out of the line. It's McDonald's. It's the same thing they've always had. I can read you the menu out of memory, left to right, right to left. It doesn't matter. They got the same thing. Why do you have to be there reading the menu at McDonald's? Get out of the line. And these people are up there on top of Everest from that last base camp, making that last shot up there. And they've got this huge bottleneck, and they're having to wait in line. They're like, it's all snow, ice, and rock. Get out of line.
Well, it's highly competitive, too. You have different groups that they get paid to take people up. They use the Sherpas, but these are the actual professional guides. So, like, they argue with each other. There's a lot of competition. They tried to develop some rules because you remember, what was it, that real bad meltdown that time where, like, I could be wrong on this. Wasn't it like 22 people died? It was bad. Like, they was.
I got to remember something about that.
It was really bad. And one of the guides, he died. He got a call into his wife. It's really sad. Like, he knew he was not going to make it off the mountain. Crazy. I read this NASA astronaut, after he was an astronaut, he wanted to climb Everest. His first attempt, he didn't make it. Second attempt, he did. But I read his story about going up. I've read 2 or 3 accounts. Screw it. I'm not doing it. I mean, no, I couldn't do it at my age anyway. There's no way. But I don't care if I was 20, man. I wouldn't want to do it.
No.
I just don't have any desire to stand on that spot. I'll watch somebody else do it.
Look, the only spot I want to stand on is down there at that southernmost in the United States.
I just had a friend that got back from there.
I've got the top 5 worst disasters on Mount Everest. 1976, Sherpas died on April 5th, 1970, when an icefall avalanche claimed their lives. All right, so that's one thing you got to worry about, apparently, is an icefall avalanche. 74, French Mount Everest explorers expedition avalanche. 6 climbers died while attempting to climb the West Ridge direct on Mount Everest. They encountered a deadly avalanche on the way to the summit that killed them. So another avalanche. 96. Disaster was associated with one of the worst seasons for climbing Everest. The disaster happened between 10 and 11 May. Severe weather conditions triggered a blizzard that killed 8 people unable to escape from it. Further deaths occurred over the season due to extreme weather conditions. Wow. In 2014, another Everest avalanche. 16 Nepalese guides died in an ice avalanche on April 18th. The collapse of seracs, which are ridges of ice on Mount Everest's western spur, triggered the disaster. Wow. And the number 1 was April 25th, 2015. On this fateful day, a powerful earthquake struck Nepal in the afternoon. The jolts of the earthquake set off a massive avalanche from Pamori, a mountain 8 kilometers west of Mount Everest, to the Everest base camp. The unprepared mountaineers were taken completely by shock by the avalanche, and at least 22 of them died. At the time of the disaster, 359 climbers were at the base camp, many of whom had returned to attempt climbing Everest after the aborted 2014 season. The avalanche blew away tents across the Khumbu Glacier 19 bodies of the mountaineers were recovered by the Indian Army Mountaineering Team, and a large number of climbers who were stranded at various locations on the mountain were rescued. But that was 22 of them back in 2015. That's the biggest one.
That's the one I kind of remember. It's
Yeah.
bad. And even that base camp there's higher base camp, but that main one, you got to stay there several weeks to get acclimated to go up to the next ones. You can die in that base camp. It's not like it's a lodge where you're sitting around by the fire, cooling it with Scarlett Johansson. Kelton Blacksmith's not there with Scarlett. No, this is a rough environment right there.
Yeah.
I mean, you can die there. That's just getting you ready for the real death challenge.
They're acclimating you to get ready to die better.
Yeah. Okay, some of you, here is your safety talk for the next few weeks. We'll be here for 6 weeks getting you ready to go to the next base camps. Some of you will not return.
Yes.
I don't know who will die, but some of you will not return.
Yes.
We could have avalanches, ice falls, flows, stupidity.
Bigfoot or abominable snowman. There's got to be some Yetis up there. And I'm not talking about the coolers either. The abominable snowman. That'd be like Bigfoot up there. They got hair and skulls and stuff of them. And
there's only certain times you can actually climb Mount Everest. Like, that's the best season. That's just to try to do it. It's like the summer best season. You're up so high.
Steve. Steve says, depending on how enthusiastic Scarlett Johansson's security guards are, you could die there too. Yes, if you're going to have to risk your life, follow Steve's advice. Try to be standing in Scarlett Johansson's bedroom when it happens. That's kind of creepy. That is not officially an idea put forth by the Southern Fried Podcast. It's a comment from one of our esteemed guests and frequent commenter.
And he said it was better than a Sherpa.
Yes. There are so many things that he said that's better than, and we're just going to stop at Sherpa. You're welcome, Steve. Because I had about 20 more comments just flash through my head, and I just shut them all down because I am going to be nice today. I am going to be nice. So,
Steve's the type of guy that he peruses I can't say it.
He peruses the what? Go ahead, say it. You started the comment. I got to finish it. He said he's a dirty bird.
Just see him at work going through the obituaries and go, her husband died? I'll be rolling by there today to see if I can help it anyway.
He's the kind of guy, he would go to the funeral and have the good-looking widow standing there crying beside her husband. Her husband's laid out in the grave. Steve would be the one to walk by and, I'm so sorry. So what are you doing later? You doing anything later on tonight?
After we get done with all this,
Oh, yeah. Cruising the obits for some sugar mamas. You going to be busy later? I can see it.
I'll give you a ride back from the cemetery. You don't have to ride in that hearse, the family car.
Low rider, get a little lower.
Oh. I don't have a clue on that.
All we know for certain about Bigfoot is they are the hide and seek champions of the world. Of the world, dude. Pretty sure I heard one the other night. Oh, Steve does a shout out to Miss Elizabeth this morning. Yeah, I'm going to Ohio.
That's a good segue. Don't forget, Mama said tonight the return of Miss
Yeah.
Elizabeth. She returned for another show, but that's not official. The official return is for Mama said, and I hope to have Dog Tag come up tonight too.
And also, you got to tune in tonight. Miss Elizabeth has a company review tonight. She's going to be reviewing a company. And y'all, I promise you, we will throw enough gas on this. It will be fun. I promise. You want to turn in for her company review tonight. So, we lost one of our Facebooks.
It happens.
All right. Well, it's about that time anyway. I got to go get started mowing before it gets much hotter. I'm going to change shirts and get out there and just mow my little hiney off. Well, not little, and I'm not going to mow the whole thing. I'm going to go out there and cut some grass. How about that? I'll let her go with that.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all be careful in this heat out there. Don't forget, like we said at the beginning of the show, it's hot, it's humid, it's summertime. Stay hydrated out there, guys. We're in a major heat wave. Check on your neighbors. Check on your neighbors, especially the sick, the handicapped, the elderly. Y'all check on them. Let's be nice to one another and good to one another. And let's get through this heat wave and make sure you stay hydrated. My goodness. So, Steve, you be careful out there too. Working these shops and mills and stuff when it's this hot and humid, it ain't no picnic, Bubba. So, hey, he welds too. So, doesn't he? You know what he does? Yeah.
He's a machinist, I think.
He's a machinist. So.
Oh, he'll be thinking about Scarlett all day today.
Well, I ain't gonna cool him off none. That's gonna keep him all burned up. What do you say? He said, check on your local blacksmiths. We are not okay in this heat. Just kidding. We're used to it. Yeah, you can keep thinking that until it sneaks up on you. But be careful, guys. Hey, y'all have a great day. Big old salute. Dave, you got anything before we take off?
Have a great day, everybody. It's been fun.
Yes. See y'all tonight. For Mama said.
So come on in and have a blast for a good time that will last. Start your day with a smile, with the hosts that do the most. Get up, pray up, coffee up. Welcome to the morning show with Dave and Rob on the Southern Fried Podcast. We get you up and start you right.